let's get back to some probability questions. So we've got a spinner over here on the side. I know in your notes packet it's not colored, but you can see the colors here, and if you want to label them, like you can just write in the word red and yellow, or R and B and Y. So the probability is spinning yellow. There are a total of 4 spaces on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 of them are yellow. So that probability is 1/2. Not trying to be tricky on these. Sometimes people think I'm being tricky when I just give them a basic spinner like this. So we want to know the odds of spinning, odds against spinning red. So back to our odds. Against means the bad things that we don't want to have happen compared to the good things, or the unfavorable to favorable things. So red is the good thing. So there's 1 red, and there are a total of 3 that are not red. Remember, we don't want to use that total of 4. That's probability. Probability uses a total. Odds are going to use the 2 parts, so the favorable and the unfavorable things. So if the spinner is spun twice, what is the sample space? So if I were to spin that one time, I might get, let's just say I get red the first time. If I spin it again, I could get red again. Or I could have gotten yellow the second time, or I could have gotten blue. So going back to listing all the possibilities like we did in chapter 10, you can make a tree diagram for this as well, or we could just list it out. We could have blue first and then blue again, or blue red and blue yellow. Let's see. Let me get that yellow right. There we go. We could have yellow first, and then we could have yellow red, yellow blue, or yellow yellow. So those are the 6 different ways that I could spin this. And we don't have to write the yellows twice, because I don't know, it doesn't matter which yellow is. The yellows are the same. So these next 2 problems, there are a couple different ways to work them out. I guess it's actually the next couple problems that are going to come up. And so I'm going to work them the way that usually goes best for me to explain them in class. But if you were to go to a tutoring, or maybe on My Math Lab, they might use those permutations and combinations that we saw in chapter 10. I found that most students don't like to use the permutations and combinations, so I'm not going to do that, but you're more than welcome to work it that way. I'm happy to grade either way, but just to maybe streamline the videos a little bit and not to confuse everybody, I'm just going to work the one way. You've got the other way on My Math Lab and tutoring. Feel free to stop by my office hours if you want me to explain the other way as well. Happy to do that. So for this first one, we're trying to get our order down for choosing the songs that we're going to play at a performance. So there are 10 total songs. We're going to choose, there are 10 total songs, and we need to pick 3 of them. But we only have 4 that are completely ready. So we only have 4 that are Beethoven. So we've got 10 total. We're picking 3. Out of those 10, 4 of them are Beethoven. We want to find the probability that all the pieces we pick are Beethoven. So I'm going to use the number 3 here, because that is how many things I'm going to be multiplying together. The other numbers, this 4 and 10, are going to be what I use for my probability. There are 10 total pieces, and 4 of them are Beethoven. So the probability that the first song I choose is Beethoven is 4/10. Once I pick a song, I'm not going to play it again, so there would only be 3 Beethovens and 9 total left. Again, I'm not going to play that same song again, so now there are only 2 Beethovens and 8 total. So we've got that decreasing by 1. We're going to see that decreasing by 1 pattern quite a bit. We're never going to have anything besides 1. I'm choosing 3, but I have to do it 1 at a time. So I literally pick out 1 before I go to the next one. So we'll see that decreasing pattern. You can type it in all together at once, or you can type in just the numerator and just the denominator. In either case, we want our final answer to get all the way down to the reduced form of 1/30. Here's another one that's kind of similar to this one. We're back to racing. We saw that with permutations and combinations. We're going to bet on what's called a trifecta. that's correctly guessing the first, second, and third place in that order. So like knowing exactly who won. And in this race, there are 5 horses. So the probability of being the first place horse, there's only one of those, and there are 5 choices. Once the first place crosses the line, there aren't 5 horses anymore. There's only 4 horses. And again, there's only 1 second place. You don't tie. You don't take more than 1 second place. There's 1 of each. And then 1/3. And then typing that in, I'm going to get 1/60.